You ready? Yeah, I still talk to my brother in the East Coast and my nieces, and they're like, well, we don't start school for a couple of weeks because we start with so I see some people are still streaming in. How wonderful. Am I on? Can you hear me okay? Yeah, okay, good. Well, welcome. Welcome to this third Sunday in Advent, this beautiful sunny December day. Let's take it in while we can. I hear rain is on its way. I've already lost my notes. Here we are. Okay. Well, again, welcome to all of us here in the sanctuary. Welcome to all of you joining us on our live love stream. And I feel compelled to say something in addition. I welcome anyone who is watching us in the future on video. Know that we are joining you in that realm of no time and no space. So in this life, people call me Claire, and I am your platform assistant today, and so happy to be partnering and working alongside our beloved Reverend Anand.
Good morning. I'll use this one. We begin the service with a land acknowledgement. We, the community of unity in the Gold Country, acknowledge that we gather on the ancestral and unceded lands of the Nisenan people who have lived in relationship with this land for countless generations. We honor their enduring presence, resilience, and deep spiritual connection to the earth. In gratitude, we honor this land, its beauty, history, and the people who have always protected it.
And at this time, we'd like to extend a special welcome to anyone who might be here for the first time. Can I see will you raise your hand and let me know if there's someone here for the first time? Oh, wonderful. Susan, did you get a welcome packet? Yes. Is there anyone who did not get a welcome packet? Okay, well, great. If you would there's a red ribbon on the packet, if you would like to put that on your lapel or your blouse. That way we can recognize you as someone here for the first time and extend a very special personal welcome. And also, if you're here for the first time, please know that if you visit our gift store, which is out the sanctuary doors and to your left, it's the first door on the right, we have a special gift for you. So, at this time, I'd like to just do a gentle reminder to silence your phones. If you forget and your phone goes off, we won't judge you. We'll just look at you and smile because we've all been there. Well, at each service, we acknowledge that prayer is a foundational practice here at Unity. And so if you would like to receive individual prayer today, our prayer chaplain, Susan Levings, she's up here in front, she will be available in the back of the sanctuary, and she will escort you into the prayer chapel for a time of private prayer. We also have prayer request forms outside the sanctuary doors, and our chaplain team would hold that prayer request in prayer for you and your loved ones. It will also be sent to Silent Unity, our 130-year-old prayer ministry in Unity Village, where you will continue to be held in prayer for an additional 30 days. And also a wonderful reminder that Silent Unity offers prayer support 24/7, either online or by phone. So prayer is an underutilized form of support, I think, for all of us. And so at this time, it's my joy to light the Advent candles. And I just want to say that this is by direction of Leslie up in the booth. It is the pink one today, is the third candle. I would have thought that was Christmas Eve, but she tells me no, it's today. So our theme for today, the third Sunday in Advent, is joy. I invite you to listen to this Advent prayer as a centering practice. So you're welcome to close your eyes or just gently soften your gaze and listen. Today we celebrate the third Sunday of Advent, the Sunday of joy. Joy is the song of the soul, the inner radiance that rises not from circumstances, but from the divine presence alive within us. It is the Christ light breaking through our assumptions, lifting our hearts, and reminding us that goodness is at work even when we cannot yet see its full expression. I'm going to say that again. The Christ light reminds us that goodness is at work even when we cannot yet see its full expression. As we light the candle of joy, we remember that joy is not something we must chase. It is something we choose. It is the quiet yes we offer to life, the willingness to notice beauty, the openness to be surprised by grace. Joy is the realization that God is present here and now, in this breath, in this moment, in this season. This week, my friends, may joy bubble up in unexpected ways. May it warm your spirit, lighten your thoughts, and awaken gratitude. May it remind you that the Christ within you is forever renewing, uplifting, and guiding your life. Let us walk through this week with hearts open in joy, joy that heals, joy that connects, joy that shines through us into a world that deeply needs our light. And I wanted to share this quote from Rumi. When you do things from your soul, you feel a river moving in you, a joy. And with that, I introduce our wonderful musicians, Angela and Gabriel. And I invite you to stand as you are able to join in our first community song, Thank You for This Day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this love, Spirit, thank you for this love. Thank you for this love, Spirit, thank you for this love. This healing, this healing, this healing hurt. This healing, this healing, this healing hurt. Thank you for this joy, Spirit, thank you for this love. Thank you for this love, Spirit, thank you for this love. This healing, this healing, this healing love. This healing, this healing, this healing love. Thank you for this joy, Spirit, thank you for this joy. Thank you for this joy, Spirit, thank you for this joy. This healing, this healing, this healing joy. This healing, this healing, this healing joy. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day.
And if you'd like to remain standing and greet your neighbor with a handshake or a hug.
Just one of them. Yeah. It's okay. We made it through. We just have them.
Joyful noise, right? For today's invocation, we have a poem by Mary Oliver. I'm hearing a little wah 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 wah. How about now? Hello, hello. Mary Oliver's coming in Blackwater Woods. Is it better? Better? Okay. Great. She says, "Look, the trees are turning their own bodies into pillars of light, are giving off the rich fragrance of cinnamon and fulfillment. The long tapers of cattails are bursting and floating away over the blue shoulders of the ponds, and every pond, no matter what its name is nameless now. Every year, everything I have ever learned in my lifetime leads back to this. The fires and the black river of loss, whose other side is salvation, whose meaning none of us will ever know. To live in this world, you must be able to do three things: to love what is mortal, to hold it against your bones, knowing your own life depends upon it, and when the time comes to let it go, to let it go." We are doing something a little different today. We want to acknowledge joy and loss, joy that springs from suffering. And one of the things that we have is we have these doves, these paper doves, 2 sizes in the back for you, and you can decorate them and put the names of people who you wish were here, or losses that you still hold in your heart. Maybe children that didn't happen, or children that went away, or opportunities that evaporated before your eyes. And so you can load them up. We have plenty though. You can put one on each, big and little, and then there's some stickers back there, double adhesive stickers that you can put them on those papers, and we'll hold them up there in our hearts and in space until the burning bowl. So today we are opening up our hearts to the joy that springs from suffering. Okay. There we are. All right, let's say the intention together and say it however springs forth from you. And a request, it's getting really hot in here. Anybody else feeling that? Yeah, okay. All right, so let's take a nice deep inhale of nice cozy warmth. Together, we set the intention that as each name on our prayer list is read, that person is bathed in love and their highest good comes to them. And today we hold in prayer Bob Anderson, Jacob Gabriel Peskin, Allison Cardwell, John Roddy and Linda McCourt, Beth Leiden, Bill and Lita Spoto, Alejandro Calderon, Jessica May, Teresia Evans, Ken Cooper, Shelby Fink, Joan Spencer, Marge, Bryn Schultz and her cat, Evan Schultz, Sandy Bates, Karen Watson and her family for the passing of her brother, Alfred Dewhurst, Greg Frazier and family, Carrie Nelson Smith, Bobby Rack, Dottie Lee, Sue Brook, Ryan Chesko, Jenny Erickson, Gwen Bennett, Susie Cottle. And please speak the names aloud or to yourself of anyone else you would like to add. In our seasonal prayer, we affirm the awakening of Christ consciousness in every heart across our nation. We see through the illusion of division and anchor in the truth of oneness. We witness the harm of misguided power and affirm the potential for transformation in all hearts, including our leaders. We hold space for justice, awakening, and right action. We hold in light all individuals, families, and communities impacted by the illusion of separation. We joyfully embrace our sacred role as a beacon of light, especially for families and those seeking belonging. May they find what they seek here. We are a sanctuary of healing, joy, and spiritual nourishment. Here, all are welcome, all are valued, all are loved. We bless this land and all lands. We honor Mother Earth, and our actions show our love and gratitude. Love is greater than fear, and we are love in action. With courage and grace, we align with divine love, wisdom, and peace. And our faith statement we can say together, and sometimes some trainings, teachings say that if you whisper, when you're saying it in a whisper, it's like you're saying it to yourself. So you can say it out loud as a proclamation, or you can say it as a whisper, or even silently, as you like. There is only one presence and one power, active as the universe and as our lives, the all-loving goodness of God, and all is well. All right, and we've got the daily word. Sue Downing's going to read it for us today.
The word today is joy. Joy uplifts me as divine light shines from within me. We move through the Advent season. I celebrate the light that glows from within me, the light of Christ within. Just as the three wise men journeyed to Bethlehem to see the newborn child, my journey through Advent has led me to discover the faith, peace, and love that are always mine. These are the true gifts of Christmas, ones I carry with me all year long. No matter the challenges or obstacles I may be called to face, I will draw from the infinite storehouse of joy to remain optimistic and centered. Joy is mine today. It is the fulfillment of my Advent journey, my divine inheritance. It is the fulfillment, it is in the fullness of my heart, the contentment of my mind, and the deep feeling of wellness in my soul. I am joyous. And from Matthew 2:10, when they saw the star that stopped, they were overwhelmed with joy.
And so this now brings us to our time of meditation. So I welcome you to, if you're comfortable, close your eyes or soften your gaze and look softly downward. As always, let us begin with the breath. For now, just observe the inhale and the exhale. No need to change it. Just watch as you take in life-giving oxygen and release what has been used and no longer needed. Breathe in, breathe out. And now I invite you to let your awareness move down to your feet. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel your toes. Feel the arches. Imagine energetic roots growing from the bottoms of your feet into the earth. Feel them branch and deepen. Deepen and branch. With every inhale, draw the Mother Earth energy up through your roots. And with every exhale, relax even more. With the exhale, feel yourself soften. Let go. Breathe in that Mother Earth energy. Let go as you exhale. Can you feel the earth energy flowing into your feet, into your legs, up, up, up into your abdomen, flowing further up into your heart space? Set the intention that this upward flow of the Mother Earth energy continues without effort, without thought. Now I invite you to let your awareness rise to the top of your head. With simple intention, invite the always available Divine Father energy to flow into your crown chakra. Feel it fill your head. Invite it to flow down your throat. And now welcome it to enter the chest and fill the heart space. Within your heart center, the mother-father energies meet. They commingle, and they conceive the Christ energy within you. Feel into your heart space. Notice any subtle sensations, perhaps warmth, perhaps a stirring, perhaps a sense of expansion. Friends, we have stoked the divine spark, the Christ within you, with energy from below and above. And now we invite this divine flame to expand. With every inhale, it expands to fill the body. With every exhale, we soften, we let go. Welcome this living, loving light of Christ. This is the very energy of God that manifests not only our bodies, but all that we see in the world around us. Open to it. Welcome it. Surrender to it. And friends, allow it to have its way with you. It is a passionate lover that wants nothing less than all of you. The Christmas season is a time of birth. Christ consciousness in you is ready to be born in you, within you. It is the time of the winter solstice and the return of the light. The Christ light yearns to radiate throughout your being, to shine brilliantly into the world. As you welcome the Christ light to fill you, to expand you, to express as you, know this: the Christ light illumines your being, your body, your energy field. The Christ light reveals and heals every broken, traumatized, hurting aspect of you. The Christ light warms your very soul. The Christ light lifts you into the upper frequencies of love, peace, and joy. Let us rest in this living, loving light for just a moment. Can you feel the joy surge within you? Can you feel the love lift you? Will you surrender into exuberant divine passion? Are there binding, restricting bands of shame or fear or lies of unworthiness wrapped around your heart, demanding you to keep your heart small? Feel the Christ light break them apart. Can you hear them breaking? Ping, ping, ping. Your heart expands into the cosmos. This is who you truly are, dear one, a beloved child of God, a magnificent, eternal being of light, one with the Father, one with the Mother. Friends, embrace the truth of who you are. And as you do, I invite you to smile. I wish you could see the beautiful smiling faces that I see. And now you're welcome to stay in this space of meditation or join in the next song, I Am Remembering.
I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering.
Beautiful, thank you again. So we're talking about the relationship between joy and suffering today. And if you, not that long ago, if somebody had said, oh yeah, joy and suffering, joy comes from suffering, I probably would have said, you're crazy. And now I experience it on a regular basis. So I was off doing a retreat last weekend. That's why I wasn't here with you. And I was taking some of my last renewal days. As minister, I get renewal days as part of our agreement. And people, when I came back, people said, oh, are you renewed? And I said, I think it's more like rebirthed rather than refreshed, because I got to have a really deep experience, very somatic experience, and it required a lot of courage on my part to face into old suffering. And then as I was starting to come back online, I'm talking to VJ. He's in Puerto Rico right now with his parents. And the fact that they are there is a miracle. They haven't come, the last time they came to the States, and the only time they came before this was 20 years ago when we got married. This has been 20 years in the making. The fact that it's happened is a big deal. And VJ is sharing with me, actually, they were sharing with me. So I'm talking to all of them on speakerphone, and my father-in-law, I call him Uncle, I was like, Uncle, how is it? And he was explaining to me how he could never have imagined a man like him from this small village in southern India could ever have a son like VJ. And I'm just weeping. And he's lauding praise on him and just, there and present for it. And the suffering part is we've been away from them for so long. I mean, he goes to see them, but that they're here and we've been longing for them to be here. And also, as children, we want our parents' approval, right? And if we have a story that it's not available when it comes, wow. So I'm just like weeping, just big sloppy tears of joy. And I told him, I'm crying. Your words are so beautiful to me. And he said, oh, don't cry. And I said, no, this is joy. This is joy expressed. And man, it felt so good. And I feel like I was really cracked open from this retreat that I'd just been on that was hard. And I don't know that I would have had the depth of my experience from a simple conversation if I hadn't broken myself open. So joy and suffering are not opposites. They're companions. And we often imagine joy and suffering as two ends of the spectrum, but spiritually, they have a much more intimate relationship. Suffering softens us, right? It stretches us, it rearranges our heart, and joy can fill the space that suffering has opened. Some of you have heard me talk about the All There Is podcast with Anderson Cooper. It's gorgeous. And I even referenced a particular Stephen Colbert's interview with him. And what he said in this interview was, his father and his two brothers closest in age to him, were killed in an airplane accident when Stephen was 10. He was only 10, and his whole world changed. So he says, I learned to love the thing that I most wish had not happened. I learned to love the thing that I most wished had not happened. It's a gift to exist, and with existence comes suffering. There's no escaping that. But if you are grateful for your life, then you have to be grateful for all of it. And so at a young age, I suffered something so that by the time I was in serious relationships in my life with my friends or with my wife or with my children, is that I have some understanding that everybody is suffering, and however imperfectly, acknowledge their suffering and connect with them and to love them in a deep way that makes you grateful for the fact that you have suffered. So that you can know that about other people. I want to be the most human I can be. I want to be the most human I can be. And that involves acknowledging and ultimately being grateful for the things that I wish didn't happen because they gave me a gift. Breathe that in. That's a lot. Suffering breaks the shell. Joy pours through the cracks. So when something breaks us open through loss, grief, fear, longing, humility, the old protective structures give way. And in that opening, luminosity can emerge. Joy doesn't replace suffering, it rises through it. Another interview on that same podcast with Nick Cave. He's a musician who lives in England. And 11 years ago, his 15-year-old son died from falling off a cliff. And then several years later, his adult son died. So out of 3 sons, 2 are gone. And he says, I don't find grief to be a bad thing. My heart expanded hugely to be able to encompass all manner of things in the world that I didn't even recognize before. One of those things is the capacity for joy. Joy for me is a different thing than happiness. I think joy springs. It's an emotion that sort of springs out of suffering. Joy is the feeling that you get where there is an understanding of suffering, and it's a sort of leaping forth from that. There's an intensity to that word that has something to do with the awe of things and connectedness. The awe of things and connectedness. Isn't that beautiful? So he really leaned in to probably the most tragic, scary thing a parent can have happen twice. Suffering expands our capacity for connection, and joy lives in the connection. And it's not an emotion or a feeling of happiness. It's a state of inner gladness. It's often communal, it's often spiritual, and it often arises from our ability to be open rather than circumstance. So, this thing happens, now I'm happy. But happiness, the root of happiness is hap, which is chance or luck. And that's external, it's exogenous, right? So if this happens, then I can be happy. Whereas joy is, this happened, and I can be happy. Joy comes from the gaudium, Latin. That's something that arises within when the heart recognizes meaning, connection, or truth. And joy isn't something we acquire, it's something we enter into. Suffering often makes us more tender, more aware of others, more compassionate, more present, or we can shut down because of the suffering, right? We can shut down. Who's done it? Me. Yeah, curled in, closed for business, no thanks. I don't need help, I got this. Just stay over there, right? But if I can, my heart is breaking open. I could use some help. I'm going to phone a friend. I'm going to cry on a shoulder. I'm going to take the arc all the way through to completion in the moment and have my tears and my rage and my whatever it is. And then joy can spring forth. And it might come back. That same source of suffering might come back. Because as Martha Creek says, it's not a tick box exercise. And when it does, I have the muscle memory and the experience of walking through it. Maybe not looking pretty, maybe having snot running down my face, but walking through it, and then joy can spring. Joy is relational. It's born in moments where connections feel profound, like I did with my in-laws, surprising, undeserved, and utterly true. I didn't tell you about the compliments that my mother-in-law was giving to him and to me. Her compliments, let's just say I had my magnifying glass out for him. I had my filters on. I was like, I'm liking that. I'm going to take that as a compliment. She said, when I open the drawer of she loves our kitchen. It's a beautiful kitchen. When I opened the drawer, all the dolls were there. And food is her love language, so the fact that all the dolls that she needed to make food was already there, she didn't have to worry about it, that was like... And VJ expanded when he met you. Expanded is my word, but that's how I heard it. When he met you, and because of marriage, this is the man that he is. And that was for both of us. It's short, but my filters were, I'm hearing that. I'm hearing that compliment. Joy is born in moments where connection feels profound, surprising, undeserved, and utterly true. Let's, just want to marinate in that again. Suffering doesn't cause joy, it cultivates the capacity for it. It's like a sort of compost. Right? John, chapter 16, verses 20 to 22 says, "You will have pain, but your pain will turn into joy." Your pain will turn into joy. When a woman is in labor, she has pain because her hour has come. But when her child is born, she no longer remembers the anguish because of the joy. Right? Even those of us who have not birthed children, we know that. So pain is not here something imposed by the divine, by God punishing. It's the natural tension that arises when consciousness is expanding. Let's say that again. It's the natural tension that arises when consciousness is expanding. When something new is coming to life, the old way must stretch and strain and eventually give way. And I want to mention here that sometimes grief for a person or a thing is something that we really want to hold on to, because that's the only thing that's left of that person or thing or idea. And that's okay too. But wow, when we're able to lean into it, joy springs. Joy is what we feel when we recognize that the very thing that's stretching us has been preparing us to birth something new. In unity, this names the discomfort that comes when old beliefs loosen. I had a lot of that at that retreat. False identities dissolve. Definitely experienced that. And the ego resists change. Anybody? Yeah. Pain signals movement, not failure. Movement, not failure. So in that scripture, your pain will turn into joy. This does not mean pain magically disappears. It means that when we stay present, rather than contract or numb out, the same energy that felt like pain becomes aliveness, connection, and awe. Yeah. And it's courageous. When my friend, I should say our friend, because he was everybody's friend, when our friend Felipe died very suddenly, I'm in the backyard of their house surrounded by people, and I had this moment. I realized our hearts are breaking, and if we allow them, they will break open. And that's what he would want, because in the breaking open, we will feel so much more alive. And Nick Cave, he said he was like a shell of a man before his young son died. His bandwidth for anything was like this, and then after was infinite. Joy is amplified by contrast. We know joy because we know sorrow. And like light in a dark room, joy becomes clearer and more startlingly present, precisely because of the contrast. This is why Advent places the pink candle of joy in the middle of the waning, the uncertainty, and darkness, not after everything else resolves. It mirrors life. Joy does not wait for the story to have a happy ending. It visits in the middle of the unfinished chapters. Richard Rohr, anybody know Richard Rohr? Franciscan priest, genius, activist, founder of the Center for Contemplation and Action, rebel rouser. I love him, written like a zillion books. He reminds us that this time of year, the days leaning toward their darkest point, is not something to resist, but to pay attention to. He calls these thresholds liminal spaces. We're hearing that a lot more lately. Liminal spaces, the in-between places, where the old is not yet gone and the new has not yet arrived. Spirit often does its deepest work in such times, when we cannot see the path clearly and are asked instead to trust, to soften, to listen, to sit. Richard Rohr says that darkness is not the enemy, but the womb. Valerie Carr also says that. It's not the tomb, it's the womb. The place where transformation begins quietly, slowly, beneath the surface. Advent lives here. It tells us the unseen, the uncertain, the not yet is holy ground, and that joy can come from being born precisely out of this darkness. So our suffering humbles the ego, and the joy reveals and celebrates the soul. When suffering strips away our illusions of certainty, of knowing, our hardened places, our false stories of self-sufficiency, we return to our essence. And in that essence, in the deeper truth of who we are, joy already exists. It's being uncovered. It's not manufactured, it's remembered. Suffering clears the way for that remembering. So again, it's not the opposite of grief. It's the companion of grief. And I met an acquaintance in grocery outlet, as I often do. Not that particular one, but I usually see somebody I know. And I met this acquaintance, not in this community. I know him from another community. And we're standing next to the organic kale, having a very deep conversation about loss. He said, "You may not know this, but my wife and I lost our daughter last year." I did not know that. And he said, this time of year, grief is a companion. And it's also beautiful. So tears of joy, tears of grief often sit in the same place, in the same time, and in the same body. But both come from the heart's recognition that something is deeply, deeply true here. So when we feel both at once, it means that the heart is working exactly as it was designed to do. And this cracks us open to be the love that we are, to be a ripple of love and understanding and joy to every life that we touch. So we go into the hard places so that we can emerge bigger, brighter, more beautiful. And so in these next weeks, you can write your suffering, the people you're longing for, the things that you're longing for on the dove, and give it a name and give it a space, and we'll hold it. And we'll allow the joy to spring forth from it.
Thank you, Reverend Anand. Joy filling the space that suffering has opened. It's a beautiful vision, isn't it? Well, this is the time in our service where we pass the basket and have the opportunity to give out of our open hands and open hearts. And we know that many of you give electronically on a monthly or weekly basis, and we really thank you for that. It gives consistency to our planning. And as the basket comes your way, if you want to place your hand over your heart, and if you're giving with someone else, to hold hands so that you might give together. Any change that you put in the basket will go to our Change for Change recipient, and this month it is the Interfaith Food Ministry. So if you'd like to join me in saying our blessing, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Amen. So we'll enjoy music during this time. Thank you, Gabriel and Angela.
walls come tumbling down, I choose joy, I choose joy. When the world stops spinning round, I choose joy, I choose joy. When my heart is hard to move, when my music's lost its groove, when I have too much to prove, I choose joy, I choose joy. When hate is all I see, I choose joy, I choose joy. When fear won't let me be, I choose joy, I choose joy. When betrayal and lies hide the light from my eyes, I look up to the skies and I choose joy, I choose joy. Joy, 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 I choose joy. Joy, 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 I choose joy. In this moment right here, I choose joy, I choose joy. For the ones that I hold dear, I choose joy, I choose joy. To be who I must be, for the light to shine on me, for everybody to be free, I choose joy, I choose joy. Joy, 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 I choose joy. Joy, 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 I choose joy. Find the stable ground, peace and hope abound. I hear the sweeter sound, the chains have come unbound. Love is all around when I choose joy. In this moment right here, I choose joy, I choose joy. For the ones that I hold dear, I choose joy, I choose joy. To be who I must be, for the light to shine on me, for everybody to be free, I choose joy, I choose joy. For everybody will be free when I choose joy, I choose joy.
Thank you, May. Ooh, there's candy canes in here. Extra special Christmas. Oh, and rosemary. Thank you, Santa's helpers, and thank all of you for your generosity today and every day. The heart and the love that you bring here is immeasurable, and thank you for the measurable gifts that you bring that allow us to do what we do and go out into widening circles into the community. Thank you. Oh, it smells so good. All right, gratitude and announcements. Okay. Each year at Christmas time, our congregation gathers in gratitude to offer a financial gift to our dedicated staff, Leslie, Patricia, and Rev. Anand. If you feel called to contribute, you may give your gift to any board member, place it in the offering basket, or leave it in Leslie's office. Be sure to mark it staff gift. This is a free will offering, and participation is entirely optional. And I noticed I felt weird reading that. And I feel grateful. Thank you. Felt a little wobbly. We're having a Christmas Eve candlelight service. Yay! And it's going to be extra special this year. Please bring your children. I know that a lot of children often come, but definitely bring them because we've got gifts for our kids. And not just kids, our younger people. So please come. It's at 5 on Christmas Eve, and we'll be weaving elements of solstice into it, and that's all I'm going to tell you because it's secret. But the good kind of secret. Surprise. Fun surprise. Okay. So we have a class, a book study, Mondays at 1 p.m., and for the month of December, we're just having chai and conversation. All are welcome. And when the book study starts up again, you're also welcome then in January. Sound and bath meditation, Susan will be offering her sound bath meditation Thursday the 18th, 1 to 2. If you haven't come, I highly recommend it. It's well worth the time. Sacred Stillness of Solstice Hypnotherapy Workshop, Teresia over there will be doing that, and that's Thursday on the 18th, 5 to 7:30. And beginning in January 2026, Susan will be leading prayer and meditation group on 2nd and 4th Tuesdays, 10 to 11. And then thank you to our volunteers and talent. Claire, thank you. Music, Gabriel and Angela, thank you. Our greeters are Carolyn and Kathy. Ushers, Larry and May. Chaplain, Susan. Hospitality, Bree and Carell. I think MJ was in on the mix too, thank you. Tom, Sound, Lovestream, PowerPoint, Edward and Leslie. Gift Shop, Rosie, Children, Kelly. And our daily word today was read by Sue Downing, who very gracefully received a curveball that we gave her just moments before reading. In the true spirit of you can't tell me what to do as the you in unity, we don't practice Advent in the regular order. So Leslie and I did it in the regular order. They mixed it up. So even though she had practiced the daily word, it was the wrong word. So thank you. All right. Y'all want to stand and say the prayer for protection with me? That joyful noise, we can infuse that in our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, because I am, and all is well. Take it away.
Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One tie that binds us that can't be undone. I choose love. Peace in my family is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one loving family, sharing one son. I choose love. Peace for our planet is growing because we choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. We choose love. We are a part of each other. We Let this be the one. We choose love. We choose love. We choose love.
Love in action. Let's go do it.
I'm sorry to be missing Christmas Eve.
Yeah, you going, Fred?
No, but I'll give my adult